you got the cold start, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Beatz Junkie392, back with another video. I hope everybody's doing good out here in the quarantine and with all the protesting and looting and things that's going on around our country. It's crazy. It is definitely crazy. And this is kind of what this video is going to be about, and just my thoughts and my thinking on it. And then, like I said, if you watched my first video, this is what you're going to get. It's going to be a mixture of everything in real world lives and thoughts and feelings and emotions. So this is exactly what you're going to get. So this video isn't just for black people. This video isn't just for white people or Latino or whatever. This video is for anybody that's a human being. This video is for anybody that has a pulse. This is a video for anybody that has any type of emotion. This video isn't for people that are one-sided and are only going to see things from their singular point of view. So for me, the protesting, I 100% stand behind. Do I agree with the looting? No. Will I condemn the looting? No. And the reason why I will not condemn the looting is because we've seen people peacefully protest. We've seen people try, and then a certain portion of the country eviscerate those people, talk badly about them, i.e. Colin Kaepernick. We've seen this. And to me, once a person or a people or a group of people have reached a boiling point where they feel they are oppressed and unheard, it's good luck telling them how they should or should not fight back. Imagine you being, and this is not taking light on it, but imagine being a spouse of abuse. You take it, and then at some point you go, I've had enough. And some people would say, oh, that person should just leave. But once that person has reached their boiling point, you cannot say what will happen or what they should have done. Now, I do want to say there are better ways to handle it. There are better ways to get your point across. But sometimes your point needs to be dramatic. Your point needs to be where people actually talk about it, because the conversation wasn't being heard when people were trying to be peaceful. And I want to say that we have to be, especially black people, we have to be careful with how we allow others to dictate our movement. I've seen too many videos of people that are not black looting, graffitiing buildings, breaking things. And we should be smart enough and aware enough to know that those things will be depicted as what they already see us as, and as savages, thugs, and animals. And we hear that from the top down. At the end of the day, until people in America, black, white, and other, are willing to have an honest conversation about what race is and the impact that it has on everyone's lives, we won't go anywhere. So for the white people who will protest that racism no longer exists because we had a black president, or there's some rich black people, that is ridiculous. There were some well-off, rich, and powerful people during the time of sharecropping and the civil rights. But that did not mean that there was no injustice or no prejudice or no racial issues within the country. We saw it. Like, there would be no reason for a Civil Rights Act if there was never any racial issue. There would have never been an issue or a need for people to say we need something to put in place where we have to hire black people. Just think about that. We have to put something in place to make sure that companies hire qualified black people. Why would you need that if nothing ever existed? Why is it that we still are currently allowing politicians to redraw district lines to make sure that certain individuals don't end up in school districts that are well off? So it exists for those white people who think that racism is no longer a thing. And to the black people who agree with them, that goes for you too. For the white people who want to support the cause of minorities, you cannot take over the cause. Because when you take over the cause of what black people and brown people are fighting for, it gets lost in translation. Because now you're telling those people what they should feel, what should make them mad, how they should operate. And that's a recipe for disaster. But my biggest thing from this is that if African Americans in this country we do not start educating our kids outside of school, and we don't start educating ourselves on finances and our children on finances, how to manipulate and work the stock market, and we don't take back our buying power and start putting that power into our communities, into our businesses, we're going to have the same issue over and over and over and over again. Because what we are seen as by certain groups are dependents. We are not seen as independent individuals or an independent group. We are seen as dependents. And until we financially make ourselves indispensable, we will not gain a damn thing. So again, I find this to be utterly ridiculous that in 2020 we are still having the same stupid conversation of skin color. Skin color. I was born brown. I had no option in whether or not I was going to be brown, white, purple, pink, yellow, green, none of that. So for all those people that believe in God, this is God's creation, this skin. But underneath this skin is blood that flows just like everyone else's. So why are we not judging people on their content, their character, their makeup? See, that's how I judge people. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're lesbian. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I judge you based on you. I don't like all black people. I don't like all black people. I don't like all white people. But it ain't got shit to do, excuse my language, with the color of their skin. Yes, we all have our prejudices because we grew up in a world that has thrown them at us. So yes, sometimes I see white people and I go, damn, they probably afraid of me. Let me move my hat a little bit. And then sometimes I go, I don't give a shit. I can't be worried about whether or not they think I'm a thug if I'm not dressed up in a suit, or if I'm not in the courtroom, or if I'm in a school building. I don't give a shit. I can't worry about those things. Because at the end of the day, what I'm worried about is my character. How does my character look to people? Not the color of my skin. Because the color of my skin for me is flawless. Like I said, it's God created, God given. Whatever you believe in. It don't have to be Christianity, it doesn't have to be Islam, Buddhist, whatever you believe in. If you believe in a God or creator, this is where it came from. This is where the color of my skin came from. And I pray and I pray and I pray and I pray that at some point, my kids, my twin boys who are black and Puerto Rican, and that's another subject that we can touch on, as far as Hispanic people also discriminating against black people because the census said that they can claim to be white Hispanics. That's a whole nother topic that we can touch on a later date. But I'm hoping that my kids will see a world where character is way more important. I'm hoping that my kids will see an economic boom for African Americans in their time while they're living. I'm hoping that America will see a place where you can actually be free, where you can actually be equal, where the system does not say to you, oh, we're gonna say you're equal, but we're not gonna give you equal. We're not gonna give you access to equal. Understand this, that I love all people if you are good people. I don't love all people just to love them. It's your character, your makeup that I love, and how you handle yourself, how you carry yourself. And again, if you look at my first video that I posted about the people on YouTube that I follow, it's about the things that they were doing, not their cars, not the things that they have, because I don't want none of that. You understand? Because I have my own. It's about watching them and their character and how they carry themselves. My perception of that. Not their skin color. None of that. And we really have to be clear on when we're doing things like that. So I don't want to preach to y'all because I feel like I am. But I wanted to get that off my chest, even though that's my second video. But I hope, and I pray that someone watches this and it touches them. And I hope that someone watches this and understand that we don't have to be like this. We don't. We do not have to be like this. Right now, this is a goddamn choice. There's been too many generations that have come through to make this change. And this is still be happening. This is taught. Racism is taught. I've seen black, white, brown, Latino kids play with each other. And then until the point where they have been poisoned by their family members to dislike someone based on the color of their skin. We, the adults, have to be better. And again, I apologize if anyone doesn't like this message. But if you don't like this message, you won't like any message that will come if we don't fix this. Because this isn't going to get better until we actually start having honest conversations and making honest, full-on political reform and changes to how we handle race relations in this country. Again, this is your boy Beatz Junkie392, riding in that thing, and I pray to God for all of us. I pray for prosperity for everyone. And I hope you guys will come back, check out the channel. And again, there will be everything on this channel, from what you see, politics, sports, cars, my true feelings, raw. So I thank you guys again, and I appreciate you. Yeah, have a good one. See you next time. See you next time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. And no, I'm not editing it out. If I made a mistake somewhere, if I said a word the wrong way, we're not editing around here. Like I said, this is raw, real. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.